Hi, welcome back to another edition of Wizenotes. I recently had an incredible conversation with author and consultant Leo Bottary. He's the author of the book called Peer Innovation, the second edition, and I want to share some game-changing insights that could transform how you think about leadership and collaboration. So if you've ever wondered why teams consistently outperform other teams, and why traditional command and control leadership is becoming less effective, this Wizenote is something for you to listen to. Leo shared a powerful personal story that perfectly illustrates the shift that we need to make. When he graduated college in 1983, education was purely individual. You shielded your paper from others, you took notes alone, and you competed against everyone else. Fast forward 2006, when he returned back to graduate school, now he was part of a cohort group designed for collaborative learning. What we have been calling cheating in 1983 is now the entire foundation of the program. So here's the key insight. The program was designed so students would learn first from each other, second from material, and third from professors. This wasn't just a nice idea, it produced remarkable results where everyone lifted up the other person. This experience prepared Leo for his work at Vistage, where he discovered that peer advisory groups were trying to sell a Mercedes to someone who didn't even know what a car was. People didn't understand the power of peer collaboration because they'd never experienced it done right. So why command and control is failing? Just a few seconds on this. Here's something that will blow your mind. Millennials and Gen Zers now make up 64% of the workforce and will be 75% of the workforce by 2030. But here's what is really crazy. What most leaders miss is that these generations were parented differently than possibly we were, my generation, Leo's generation. Where we grew up in command and control households where kids just followed orders, from generations kids grew up, parents who recognized that they could learn from their kids. Now think about it. We lived through Vietnam. We lived through 9/11. We grew up with completely different technology and perspectives. The result, they expect dialogue, feedback to make immediate contributions. They want purpose and mission aligned, not just marching orders. Leaders who don't adapt to this reality are fighting a losing battle. So the 5 factors that make or break teams. Leo identified 5 critical factors for peer innovation, but one must organize the struggle, and it's for psychological safety. This isn't just feel-good stuff. Google's Project Aristotle proved that it wasn't just about having the best people, but creating the right environment for those people to flourish. So here's what psychological safety really means. It's a safe for interpersonal risk-taking. People can admit mistakes, ask questions, contribute ideas regardless of their hierarchy, and even challenge the process or leader when it serves a collective goal. But here's the counterintuitive part most leaders miss. The higher the psychological safety, the higher the standards you can set. It's not about lowering the bar, it's about creating an environment where people drive their own excellence because they care about each other, their clients, and in doing great work. Now, Amy Edmondson wrote the foreword to Leo's book and calls this the precursor to true accountability. Not the defensive, where people are just trying to survive, but the kind you see in top sports teams, symphony orchestras, and military units. So, one insight from the second edition really struck me. Leo enhanced the learning achievement cycle to include celebrating as a distinct stage. Most companies achieve something and immediately ask what's next without ever pausing to celebrate the win. Think of it like Apollo 13. They had a massive problem, but ultimately celebrated bringing the crew home safely. Celebration isn't just nice to have, it's the energy that drives the continuous improvement cycle. Without it, teams get exhausted. So when you celebrate wins, you inspire confidence, you remind people how far they've come, and you reinforce that your team is wired to overcome challenges. It becomes part of the DNA. So Leo made a brilliant distinction between external peer groups like Vistage and internal company forums. External groups help you lift your head up outside your industry and gain perspective, like stepping back from a painting to see all the colors instead of being right the nose to the wall. Internal cross-functional groups solve a different problem. Most people have no idea what their colleagues actually do all day. That marketing person thinks finance just says no to everything, but they don't understand the constraints finance faces. When you create understanding, you transform opposition into partnership. So here's an exciting insight though. AI isn't just about individualized productivity. Leo sees it helping us understand the horizontal relationship that gives our vertical organizations their strength. Imagine AI helping teams identify the best content to focus on or suggesting collaboration opportunities we'd never think of ourselves. It's human intelligence combined with artificial intelligence, creating true collective intelligence. So the bottom line is this: we're better together than we are alone. This isn't weakness, it's strength. It recognizes what Leo calls our fundamental nature to be generous, collaborative, and kind to one another. So if you want to dive deeper into the concept, check out Leo's book, Peer Innovation, 2nd edition, and visit peerinnovation.biz. It'll be in the show notes below. And for our complete podcast, listen to it on Inside Personal Growth. There you'll learn more about what Leo says, and you'll learn more about his book, Peer Innovation, the 2nd edition. And if you found this wise note to hit an accord, hit the subscribe button below so that you can get more insights on personal growth and development. So what's one way that you could have peer innovation principles in your own work and life? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for listening to this edition of Wise Notes. We'll see you again here and also on Inside Personal Growth.